What up, everybody? It is Falcons Friday. This is Falcons Daily, and I am CG Craig Green, your host, and I appreciate all y'all tuning in here on Falcons Friday to chop it up with the rest of us here in the nest. So let's take a look at what's going on. I saw some interesting quotes by one Patrick Mahomes talking about the Falcons and specifically about our new QB1, Michael Penix Jr. He was asked by Corey Woodruff of not ESPN, of USA Today. He was asked by Corey Woodruff of USA Today's For the Win about Michael Penix and about the Falcons. And again, Mahomes had some nice things to say about Mike Penix, and what he said about Penix specifically. Not so much about the Falcons, but of Penix specifically. He said, he's a great football player, man. I watched him actually when he was at Indiana and then going over to Washington and how much success he had. And then at the end of last season, I thought he did a great job. And so he can throw the football as good as anybody. He's going to keep getting better and better in the NFL. And that came from Patrick Mahomes himself, the Super Bowl winning quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. And my question that I was pondering is there any way for us to build around Mike Penix the way that Kansas City did for Mahomes? And they did try that method in a way. They did build and try to put the defense together, get some pieces on offense, and they wanted to make sure that we were just kind of one quarterback away. We were thinking Desmond Ridder could be the guy, but, obviously that wasn't, he wasn't the solution. So here we go with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, and that's what we have now. Again, it's Penix's time, so we'll see what he can do. And they did try to build around him in that way. Again, we've got the cornerstones on defense, A.J. Terrell, Jesse Bates. We have, the guys on offense, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and now we've got the quarterback. So hopefully it all meshes together and we can, see Terry Fontenot's vision really come to fruition. And I think part of making Terry's vision come to fruition is making sure that MercedesBenz Stadium is an intimidating place for opponents to come to. And that's one thing that it has not been. As nice of a stadium as it is, and as beautiful as it is, and the atmosphere is great and the party is great, it's not very intimidating for Falcons opponents. Do y'all know the Falcons' record in Mercedes-Benz Stadium ever since it opened up in 2017? Do you guys know what our record is there? I'll give you 5 seconds to look it up. All right, 5 seconds is up. The record there is 30-35. We have a losing record at home. In that big, beautiful stadium, we lose more than we win. So what's it going to take to make the Benz an intimidating place for visitors? I think, number one, it's going to take, from a fan perspective, the first thing it's going to take, obviously, is make sure you're in your seat well before kickoff. If you're doing it already, then this doesn't apply to you. The number two thing as a fan is when the Falcons opponent has the football, just be super loud. That's it. Be loud during their huddle, and when they're out there trying to go through pre-snap reads, just be as loud as you possibly can. Because the loudness, what it does is it disrupts the opponents. Usually it can disrupt their cadence, their timing. If they can't hear, they have to find a new way to communicate on the field. And again, it's very, very important to make the opponent as uncomfortable as possible. So those are a couple of things that can be done to make it intimidating for the away team. You can only control but so much, but again, those are my pointers from me to you. And hopefully the football side of things will take care of itself. The fan part can do what it does, But again, it's up to the Falcons with the pads on to make all that go down for them. Now, in a training camp kind of battle I was thinking of right now. A couple of guys are going to be battling out for the strong safety position, starting across from Jesse Bates. One of them is going to be Jordan Fuller, a veteran coming over from the Panthers. The other guy is going to be a rookie coming in from college and Notre Dame. That is Xavier Watts. And my question on that one is who's going to win that battle? Jordan Fuller, Xavier Watts, who's going to be the guy most likely to get the nod starting across from Bates as the strong safety? Looking at, you don't want to dismiss Jordan Fuller just because last year he didn't have the greatest stat line in the world. But also you don't want to crown Xavier Watts just because of something like that. Again, they're going to have to play it out and see where they stand in terms of communicating, identifying the plays pre-snap, and then also making sure that they're able to act accordingly when the ball is snapped. So, lots for these guys to do when training camp rolls around. I think it's going to be a fierce battle. It's going to be a pretty tough battle. But again, I'd probably have to lean towards Jordan Fuller here to at least get the starting nod with Xavier Watts kind of hanging tight behind him. Time will tell if Watts can step up and take that spot. But right now, I think it's going to be Jordan Fuller's spot to lose. But also, don't forget about DeMarco Hellams. He may have a chance as well to throw his name in the mix and start either on that side or back up Jesse Bates. So again, training camp coming up here in literally just about a week or so. I mean, we're talking about 6 days-ish before training camp takes place. So some of these questions, some of these battles are going to, for the most part, just work themselves out, and we get to witness it. All right, I want to, thank everybody for chiming in on the comments. Guys like Playa Stats and Dave Joseph. Appreciate y'all getting your comments in just about each and every episode, and wanted to give a special shout out to the folks who commented on this past episode as well. We had just a couple of comments this time, and we're going to give you guys a little bit of your flowers here on that. And first person that chimed in here, of course, Jeff Holden, 1225. He was in there talking about the ranking of Raheem Morris, thinking that Raheem was around 27th or so in the league at head coach. Jeff, we're going to agree to disagree there. I think he's better than some of those guys that Cody Benjamin ranked him ahead of. But hey, that's the beauty of this thing. Hey, we don't have to agree on that, but one thing we do agree on is that we want the Falcons to win the chip. So everybody have a fantastic weekend. Y'all make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And also make sure you give FanArchCo a follow up here in the corner, FANARCHCO. You can give me a follow as well, Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. That's where you can find me on social media. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll be back with more Falcons Daily very, very soon. Until then, sayonara and buenos noches.